It's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. We're tracking a line of severe thunderstorms already popping into western Kentucky. The latest hour-by-hour forecast timing the storms into where you live is next.
3 days after that devastating fire at Bluegrass stockyards in Lexington, investigators are still trying to figure out what caused it. Now at 4, how they hope the public can provide new clues. And the 20th ranked Wildcats are getting ready for an SEC showdown with Tennessee. Rob Bromley joins us live from Knoxville on your official UK station.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Palumbo on this Groundhog Day. Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow, and it feels like spring right now. Here's a live look at our sky cam in Triangle Park in downtown Lexington, where we have already broken the record high of 67 degrees. It's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day because we could see severe storms tonight. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking the threat first at 4. Chris?
Yeah, thunderstorms as expected, Jennifer, already blowing up across western Kentucky with damaging winds. The primary threat as those storms roll into central and eastern Kentucky late this evening into the overnight. Defender radar network, we've had a couple of showers out ahead of this main line, even some rumbles of thunder now north of the Louisville area, but look out to the west of Bowling Green around Owensboro to the west of Nashville. Tornado warnings are out for those cells into western Tennessee. Those will roll toward the northeast, could impact the I-65 corridor coming up in the next 2 to 3 hours. Big storm system is off to our west. That's a monster of a storm that has not only the severe weather ahead of it, but a ton of wind as well. Even without severe thunderstorms tonight, you could have winds where you live gusting better than 50 miles per hour. Now let's go to our future radar, hour by hour. Watch your timeline in the top corner of the screen and watch how showers and storms develop out ahead of that main line, but look by 11, 12 o'clock. Now we see that line of thunderstorms rolling across parts of central Kentucky into the mountains of eastern Kentucky by 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. The main threat continues to be damaging winds. There is a tornado threat that is mainly centered to our southwest around the Bowling Green area. Also, these storms will pack a punch in terms of heavy rains. Could be talking about 1 to 3 inches of rain across much of the area. So high winds, heavy rain, and the possibility of some local stream and street flooding as the storms blanket much of central and eastern Kentucky. Jennifer, when I come back in 15 minutes, we'll continue to watch that line of thunderstorms into western Kentucky with a new hour-by-hour forecast as well.
Thanks, Chris. We're tracking a breaking news alert right now in Lexington. Firefighters have rushed a pedestrian to the hospital this afternoon with serious injuries after a car hit him. The crash happened just after 2 at the intersection of Eastland Drive and New Circle Road. We're told the man might have actually been trying to help the driver when he was hit. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is live at the scene with the breaking details. Hillary?
Jennifer, a portion of Eastland Parkway just reopened here where we are off of New Circle Road as police are investigating that crash that, as you mentioned, left a pedestrian with serious injuries. It happened around 2:15 this afternoon when police say a gold Cadillac cut through a parking lot nearby. Investigators say a man walking in the area saw that and noticed the driver was having a medical emergency. While then trying to help her, police say the driver went through the intersection of Eastland Parkway and New Circle, dragging along the man who was trying to help. The car then crashed into a truck, and witnesses say that Good Samaritan was left pinned underneath of the front of the car, suffering critical injuries.
I hate it for him, you know, trying to help somebody and they end up in that position. It's bad. I hate it. It's terrible, you know, him trying to help somebody and him end up the one in bad shape.
Now, that driver of the gold Cadillac, the woman who police believe was having a medical emergency, was also taken to the hospital to be checked out. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And at this point, police say there is no word on that driver's condition. Firefighters are back on the scene at the Bluegrass stockyards in Lexington. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused the devastating weekend fire, and they hope the public can help. WKYT's Mark Barber explains in our top story at 4.
Firefighters worked to put out the last hot spots this morning. Now that those small fires are no longer a concern, firefighters are trying to find videos and pictures of Saturday's fire so they can get an idea of what it looked like before they got here. Firefighters want to move forward with their investigation into the massive fire that destroyed the Bluegrass stockyards, but they've hit a roadblock. ATF agents and firefighters have searched through 10 acres of rubble, but they still don't know where the fire started. So now they're asking the public for help. They're asking anyone who took videos or pictures of the fire before crews got here on Saturday to email them. While they don't think this is a case of arson, they are asking people to send their tips to arsontips@lexingtonky.gov. The devastating fire that destroyed the stockyards and 5 nearby businesses started around 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Flames that shot up 60 feet and a towering wall of smoke that stretched all the way to Bourbon County caught the attention of thousands, but investigators are hoping someone saw something before then.
Certainly in the times we live in, most people have access to a camera, even if it's just their phone. We're hoping that someone has the critical piece of information we need, either in a video or a snapshot.
Once firefighters determine where the fire started, they will move forward and try to answer the question of how did it start. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Firefighters say they've received helpful photos and videos on their Facebook page, but they ask people to use their arson tip line instead. We have a link to that email address on WKYT.com. A shooting at a stockyard has killed a Garrett County cattle farmer. State police say 53-year-old Shane Thomason was at the Washington County Livestock Center for yesterday's sales. He was shot and flown to the University of Louisville Hospital where he died. Police say they suspect foul play, but so far no one has been arrested. The Kentucky Supreme Court overturned his murder conviction for his wife's death nearly 2 years ago. And today, the Lexington man entered an Alford plea to first-degree manslaughter in the beating death of his wife. Donald Southworth entered the plea this morning in Fayette Circuit Court. In 2012, a jury found him guilty of killing his wife, Umi Southworth, in 2010. The state Supreme Court overturned the conviction and granted him a new trial. We'll have more on Southworth's plea on WKYT News at 5. We're working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick is in the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. Today, marking the 5th time in a year, a semi-truck has crashed on a stretch of road in Anderson County. This morning's crash happened on Highway 151 near Old 151. While it wasn't serious, people living in the area say something needs to be done. A man who lives nearby says he's tried to get the transportation cabinet to limit traffic of large vehicles to only local traffic. He says it's only a matter of time before someone is killed on this road.
We are very afraid of what's going to happen sooner or later. And you could just as well today have been out here covering an accident that killed one or more people.
Tom Isaac says they have a meeting planned with the governor later this month to discuss the issue. We'll have more on the story ahead on WKYT News at 4:30. The 27th Annual Economic Outlook Conference is wrapping up at the Lexington Convention Center. This year's conference featured 5 guest speakers who all agree that the economic forecast for this year, both state and national, is looking good. As for Kentucky's outlook, they say the gross domestic product numbers will continue to rise and unemployment will continue to grow. Employment will continue to grow. Experts believe the unemployment rate will stay down as well.
I'm forecasting with some guarded optimism. I think we're going to continue to grow at about a 2% GDP rate. I think employment growth is going to continue at about 2% or maybe a little better. And I think the unemployment rate will stay down around 5% going forward through the year.
As for people buying homes in Fayette County, that's on the rise as well. Home sales right now seeing 13 consecutive months of increases, first such streak in 10 years. That's a look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. The Kentucky Wildcats are on the road tonight to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. The Cats managed to stay at number 20 in the AP poll after their overtime loss to Kansas. Rob Bromley is live in Knoxville with our Big Blue coverage. Hi, Rob.
Well, hello, Jennifer, from here in Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, where tonight the Kentucky Wildcats will try to follow up their impressive showing against Kansas, even though it was a loss, with a victory over the Tennessee Vols. You know, you go back to mid-January, January 16th, after that loss at Auburn, the Cats have simply looked like a different team. One that looks like it can contend for the NCAA title. And here on Groundhog Day, February 2, that's a good thing.
I'm forecasting with some guarded optimism. I think we're going to continue to grow at about a 2% GDP rate. I think employment growth is going to continue at about 2% or maybe a little better. And I think the unemployment rate will stay down around 5% going forward.
All right, it will be the Cats and the Tennessee Vols tonight. Starting at 7 o'clock, it is on ESPN. And you can watch all the action there. I'll have much more coming up at 5 o'clock. But for now, that's it from Thompson Bowling Arena here in Knoxville. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Rob. After tonight, the Cats are back in Rupp Arena Saturday to take on the Florida Gators. Now to a story making headlines across the nation at 4. The Iowa caucuses are over, and now the Republican and Democratic presidential candidates head to New Hampshire ahead of next week's primary in the Granite State. Steve Nannis has a look at the next front in the race for the White House.
After months of campaigning in Iowa,
it's going to be so important for Iowa.
Here in Iowa.
God bless the great state of Iowa.
The candidates have moved on to New Hampshire.
Right here in New Hampshire.
I need your vote here in New Hampshire.
It is up to New Hampshire voters to weigh in.
Ted Cruz may have bested fellow Republican candidates Donald Trump and Marco Rubio in Monday's caucuses.
So what a victory last night.
But in New Hampshire, Trump leads in the latest polls, and Rubio is expected to be a formidable challenger.
We need to unify the conservative movement and the Republican Party. I can do that better than anyone that's running. We need to grow it. I can do that better than anyone who's running. And we need to beat Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.
Hillary Clinton won the Iowa caucuses over her Democratic challenger Bernie Sanders by a razor-thin margin.
I am so thrilled that I'm coming to New Hampshire after winning Iowa.
And Sanders, a senator from nearby Vermont, is well positioned to win next Tuesday's contest, which could make this a prolonged primary battle.
We're going to fight really hard in New Hampshire, and then we're going to Nevada, and then we're going to South Carolina. We look forward to doing well around the country.
With the first contest in the books, the 2016 hopefuls are wasting no time courting voters in the next campaign battleground, as a win in the Granite State could swing the momentum once again. I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul finished 5th in the GOP caucus in Iowa. Coffee prices are dropping, but chances are you won't notice a drop at Starbucks. Find out why in WKYT Money Watch. And Pizza Hut has a special offer for Super Bowl 50. How you can take a bite out of a golden pizza next on WKYT News at 4.
Can't wait to try these wings.
I know. And apparently this spicy honey barbecue sauce is so good, it'll change your life.
Yeah?
Mom and Dad, can I borrow the car?
Our son's in a boy band?
We have a son?
Life-changing? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The boneless wings meal with spicy honey barbecue sauce, served with crinkle fries and a small drink. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
I'm Alex Trebek. If you're age 50 to 85, I have an important message about security. Write down the number on your screen so you can call when I finish. The lock I want to talk to you about isn't the one on your door. This is a lock for your life insurance, a rate lock that guarantees your rate can never go up at any time for any reason. But be careful. Many policies you see do not have one. But you can get a lifetime rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. Call this number to learn more. This plan was designed with a rate lock for people on a fixed income who want affordable life insurance that's simple to get. Coverage options for just $9.95 a month, less than 35 cents a day. Act now, and your rate will be locked in for life. It will never increase. Guaranteed. This is lifelong coverage that can never be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Guaranteed. And your acceptance is guaranteed, with no health questions. You cannot be turned down because of your health. Call for your information kit and read about this rate lock for yourself. You'll also get a free gift with great information. Both are free, with no obligation. Don't miss out. Call for information, then decide. Read about the 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Call this number now.
Call 1-800-440-4200 for your free information and a free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-440-4200. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-440-4200. 1-800-440-4200. Call now.
At Baptist Health, we want you to know the facts. Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view a video of cardiologist Michael Rukavina on a new leadless pacemaker technology. Baptist Health Lexington. Be a healthier you.
Do you have to get in a car accident for your insurance to matter? What if you could get help with more often? You can when you're a member and your insurance is AAA.
Hey, welcome back in, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey back with you. Tornado watch is now out for parts of central Kentucky until 11 o'clock this evening. This includes Harrodsburg, Danville, down into Stanford, Lincoln County, and points to the west toward the E-Town area and Bowling Green. Again, that is until 11 o'clock, maybe eventually expanded farther to the east as we go into late this evening into the overnight. Jennifer.
Thank you, Chris. Yahoo could be making some drastic cuts. The Wall Street Journal reports the company is laying off 15% of its workforce. The fate of CEO Marissa Mayer is still unclear. The company has had a difficult time competing with Google and Facebook. It's good news for coffee drinkers. The price of coffee beans is at a 2-year low. Last year, a pound of coffee cost $1.65. It's now about $1.11, a 33% drop. Officials in Brazil expect coffee farmers to have a big harvest this season, creating an oversupply of beans, which means prices will drop even lower. But don't expect lower prices at Starbucks. Coffee beans only make up about 20% of overall costs. Other factors influencing what you pay include how much employees make. Barista salaries are going up across the country in places that raised the minimum wage. Pizza Hut is offering a golden opportunity this Super Bowl Sunday. The chain is sprinkling $100 worth of edible gold shavings on top of its stuffed garlic knots pizza. Pizza Hut says it's appropriate since the big game is being played in the Golden State. Customers in select cities will have the chance to win one of the 50 golden pizzas, along with a $100 Pizza Hut gold card.
I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at Tates Creek High School, where the cheer team is preparing to go to nationals. Let's go Creek!
Severe thunderstorms breaking out across parts of Tennessee and western Kentucky. We'll run down that new tornado watch and time the storms into where you live next.
To stand for Kentucky in a weather capacity is a huge responsibility for me because I feel like our climate is so unique and it can lead to so many different things. When weather conditions get dangerous and we call a severe weather day, I'm standing for everyone in Kentucky who can hear my voice at that moment. And that includes my family and everyone back home I care about as well. I'm WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
Not get distracted by anything you see along the way.
What are we going to see?
Everything.
This war between us begins now.
It's pretty messed up. This is ground zero for pretty messed up.
When you visit a shopping center, bar, apartment complex, or hotel, you have every reason to believe you are safe in doing so. Unfortunately, we meet clients who later learn that this very business has been the place of criminal violence, such as shootings or robberies. More shocking is the fact that the business owner knew of the violence but did nothing to protect you, the consumer. Many times these business owners are responsible for your injuries. Call Morgan & Morgan for the people.
I'd like to make a farewell toast to boring breakfast sandwiches. Goodbye, you dry, crusty, poor excuses for breakfast. I've moved on to the new DQ chicken and gravy biscuit. Juicy white meat chicken breast on a fluffy home-style biscuit smothered in pepper gravy. I'll never eat a dry breakfast again. Maybe I should propose a toast to gravy.
The new DQ chicken and gravy biscuit, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Get on your computer or mobile device. Because of all the great Toyota deals out there, most are not seen on TV. That's why you need to visit buyatoyota.com for a huge selection of savings offers that couldn't possibly fit in a TV commercial, including 0% financing, great lease deals, and 2-year no-cost maintenance. So get on your computer or mobile device and go to buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Toyota, let's go places.
I was scared to go back to the dentist because I hadn't been in for a while. But they cut me some slack when they saw all this plaque, and they didn't make fun of my smile. I don't have insurance, but they didn't mind, which I thought was a setup for robbing me blind. But I financed my teeth, this toothpaste was free, and the numbing stuff really worked wonders on me.
No insurance? With a free new patient exam and x-rays, plus extended financing available, dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
This week, the Jeopardy! College Championship is finally here.
Let's go to work.
15 of the brightest college students compete to make their schools and their parents proud.
Jeopardy! Tonight at 7:30 on WKYT. Get WKYT news and weather updates on Mix 94.5.
WKYT First Alert severe weather day on this Groundhog Day as we track a big-time warm-up that is coming with a price. The price to be paid later this evening in the form of gusty winds and the possibility of severe thunderstorms. Live look outside of the station here over top of Hamburg Pavilion. Clouds are thickening up, 70 degrees, record high for the day. Hottest Groundhog Day on record for the city of Lexington, most of Kentucky. Look at the winds, though, already gusting close to 40 miles per hour. We've got some 50-plus miles per hour gusts coming up as the evening wears on. Newly issued tornado watch that we talked about a few minutes ago for parts of central and western Kentucky. This gets as close by to the Lexington metro as Harrodsburg, Danville, into Lancaster, folks into Casey County, Campbellsville, E-Town, Bardstown, toward Bowling Green. You are in that tornado watch that will go until 11 o'clock. Out ahead of the main line of thunderstorms, starting to pick up on at least some showers into sections of central Kentucky. Thunderstorms trying to pop here across the BG Parkway. Those will lift their way on to the north. All of that is out ahead of the real action that is just now coming together west of the Nashville area, west of Bowling Green, even tornado warnings with this storm that is coming out of northern Tennessee. That will take aim at the Bowling Green area coming up in the next 1 to 2 hours. All of this around this big storm system that we've talked about now for the past week. Has a blizzard behind it, the crazy warm temperatures and severe weather out ahead of it. Brand new hour-by-hour forecast. 7 o'clock this evening. Even after dark, temperatures are going to be into the upper 60s across most of central and eastern Kentucky. That is absolutely crazy. Anytime you see that, you got to worry about the possibility of severe thunderstorms. So additional showers and storms will develop ahead of that main line. That by 11 o'clock should be right on top of the I-65 corridor. Where you see the little embedded bows here, kind of looks like a bowing segment, if you will. That's the gusty winds that are pushing out ahead of the main line, or trying to push out ahead of the main line. That's where you can get some wind damage. By 1 o'clock in the morning, this computer model says that little line of very gusty winds is right on top of the Lexington metro. Races its way toward the east with another line that is firing up at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning across southern Kentucky, then through southeastern Kentucky between 5 and 7 tomorrow morning. Now, after daybreak, most of the rains have pressed off to our east and southeast. Still some gusty winds through the day tomorrow with a partly sunny sky. Severe weather. Let's break it down. For the evening, severe thunderstorms, especially west of Interstate 75. Winds could gust to 45 to 50 miles per hour. Overnight, severe thunderstorms will roll across the entire area. We'll watch out for damaging winds and the possibility of flooding during that time. Early tomorrow morning, storms in eastern Kentucky will get on out of town. Those gusty winds will continue to be noted. Speaking of the gusty winds, look at the brand new hour-by-hour wind gust forecast. Approaching 50-plus by 10 o'clock. By 1 o'clock in the morning, most areas are seeing gusts greater than 50. Southern Kentucky, we're closing in on 60-mile-per-hour gusts in the wee hours of the morning with a wet ground from the recent snow melt and the big thaw that is currently ongoing. Trees could be uprooted in winds like this, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Thunderstorms tomorrow morning, could be a flurry or two around on Thursday. Super Bowl weekend right now looks okay. Early next week, though, big blast of wintertime is likely heading into central and eastern Kentucky. Jennifer.
Thank you, Chris. This is a big week for cheerleading teams across Kentucky that are headed to a national competition in Orlando, Florida to compete for the title of Best in the Nation. Deanne Stevens is out and about today. She joins us from Tates Creek High School where their co-ed team is getting ready. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are here at Tates Creek High School checking out all these fabulous stretches. Look at these beautiful cheerleaders getting ready to take on nationals this weekend in Orlando. Kristen Witt is with us. She is our head cheerleading coach here at Tates Creek. And Kristen, this is super exciting for you guys. This is the first time you've taken a co-ed team ever for Tates Creek.
Yeah.
We're so excited. We leave in 2 days. We are ready to go. We've had a lot of struggles this year, but we've pulled together and we are so excited to go for the first time.
And this is what I love. This girl here knows what it's like to be a national champion, by the way, along with Jordan and Kelsey. The other coaches here, they're all former UK cheerleaders. Won national championship. What, you cheered 2 years? They've all got a few years into.
They do.
What does it take to be a national champion?
You know, it takes really hard work. It takes dedication. It takes everyone. It takes the whole team. If you have one person missing, you can't do it. So.
And I bet these kids have lots of questions for you, don't they?
Yes, all the time.
And this is what I love. This is Cam, and Cam is a senior here at Tates Creek. Cam plays football and is a cheerleader. How did you get roped into doing this?
One of my teachers just told me to come to one of the spring practices one day and just started cheering.
And Kristen was telling me you're ready to hang up the football cleats and get some pom-poms?
Yeah, this spring trying out for UK cheer team, and that's how it goes.
Well, good luck to you, my dear, and good luck to our Tates Creek High School cheerleaders. All right, what are we getting ready to see?
This is the second portion of our routine, the music portion.
To our Tates Creek High School cheerleaders and all the other many teams who are competing this weekend in Orlando. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Deanne. A pregnant woman's high blood pressure can impact her baby's health. That's ahead in Better Living. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $63 million, and tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is $112 million.
When it comes to your heart, there's one team that's leading the way to better care in the area, Baptist Health. Our team exceeds national standards for heart attack care and has been recognized with top quality ratings for cardiac surgery. From clinical research trials to advanced imaging and surgical options, our heart specialists provide nationally recognized comprehensive care right here at Baptist Health.
Important message for women and men ages 50 to 85. Please write down this toll-free number now. Right now in areas like yours, people are receiving this free information kit for guaranteed acceptance life insurance with a rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. If you are on a fixed income or concerned about rising prices, learn about affordable whole life insurance with a lifetime rate lock that guarantees your rate can never increase for any reason. If you did not receive your information or if you misplaced it, call this number now and we'll rush it to you. Your acceptance is guaranteed with no health questions. Please stand by to learn more.
I'm Alex Trebek, and the announcement you just heard is for a popular and affordable life insurance plan with a rate lock guarantee. That means your rate is locked in for life and can never increase. Did you get your free information kit in the mail? If not, please call this toll-free number now. In the last month alone, thousands have called about this plan with the rate lock guarantee through the Colonial Penn program. And here's why. This plan is affordable, with coverage options for just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate is locked in and can never go up. And your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. See how much coverage you can get for just $9.95 a month. Call now for your free information kit. Don't wait. Call today.
Call 1-800-909-4488 for your free information and free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-909-4488. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-909-4488. Call now.
It's time for Better Living, health education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Women who have high blood pressure late in pregnancy are significantly more likely to give birth to underweight or stillborn babies. The study is in the American Heart Association's journal Hypertension. Researchers say women who experienced the biggest rise in their blood pressure were more than twice as likely to deliver a small baby. Young adults who get easily stressed are at greater risk of developing high blood pressure later in life. Researchers in Sweden also found men who had a low tolerance for stress and were overweight were 3 times more likely to develop high blood pressure. Radiation after surgery can improve survival for women with ductal carcinoma in its original place. Researchers in Boston looked at thousands of women who had the non-invasive form of breast cancer. They found women who had a higher chance of recurrence based on their age and tumor size lowered their risk of dying by nearly 70% if they had radiation in addition to surgery. Women with a low chance of recurrence did not see a benefit to radiation. For more health, education, and consumer news, go to WKYT.com and click on Better Living. We're just getting started on this WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. Here's what's coming up at 4:30.